Hello everyone, long time no see. Today Vivian is going to drive the Type R for the first time with me in the car with her. She told me that she has driven this car before by herself. She swears she did, but I don't think you did. I still don't think you did.
I did, I drove it to work one day.
I don't remember that at all. To tell you guys again, Vivian's first car was a 1999 Volkswagen Beetle. It was a 5-speed manual or 4-speed, 5-speed manual. She knows how to drive stick. You guys know me, you guys know I'm very particular with my cars, and Vivian knows that as well. So today she's up for it. I'm probably gonna piss her off at some point, but it should be a good video. Huh?
You're probably gonna piss me off at some point?
That's what I said. Oh yeah. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever sat in the passenger seat of this car. Definitely not while someone's been driving it. So this will be strange. I know my car's a mess. It really always is. Not a very clean guy.
He's not.
You gotta speak up. You definitely gotta raise your voice today. Okay, so babe, they're already gonna be getting mad at me in the comments, but
why?
Very first thing I want you to do, you see how it says you're in sport mode? Mm-hmm. That's gonna be way, way too aggressive for somebody who normally drives a Jeep Grand Cherokee. So,
do you wanna go comfort?
Put it in comfort. God damn, this is just a mess. I need to give this a big detail. Do you wanna wear the GoPro?
No.
Come on.
No.
Okay, so when you cut the wheel all the way to the end and you hit the bump, you gotta back off a little bit because that's not good for the steering rack.
Okay.
And that's in any car. The smoke is back, guys. Northern California.
I wonder where it's coming from, though.
I have no idea, but what the hell are we gonna do about it? Will we move to Texas? Will we move to Florida? Colorado? Whoa, baby.
Sorry.
Let's not take it over $3 grand.
Okay.
You're over $3 grand.
How bad am I doing?
I mean, you're leaving it really high in the RPM range. Like I would be in 5th for sure. You only really need those RPMs, 3 and above, when you're accelerating.
Okay.
Other than that, you're just putting unnecessary strain on the engine. If you're just coasting at $3 grand in basically any other gear besides 6th because of the gear ratio, which
that makes sense.
Yeah. Here's a question. When you did take my car to work this one mysterious day some time ago that I don't remember, did you floor it?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Did you want to?
Well, actually, maybe a little bit because I had to speed up to get onto the freeway. But I didn't like. Okay,
if you floored this car, you would know.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
You would know right away, like, oh fuck. If you weren't intentionally trying to floor it, and you did, any normal person would be like, what the fuck? In the next month or so, while we prepare for the BRZ, Vivian and I will do a lot more driving together. Hopefully I can get the Cobra sold ASAP, replaced with something. Vivian can daily drive this, and get used to driving stick again. And obviously, I'm here to help her improve her skills. Getting onto the freeway. Let's rock and roll. You are very close to that car. Holy shit, babe. It was about to brake on you. The car was literally about to slam its brakes. You cannot ride people's asses with this car with collision mitigation braking system on.
Do you normally turn it off?
I do normally turn it off, yeah. Babe?
Yeah.
This car is going to brake on you. You've got to back off.
Sorry.
It's okay. You just put it in 6th? No. Go down to 5th. You're way too low. There you go. Did you notice that when you just put it in 6th at like 47 miles an hour, it felt sluggish? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yeah, I knew I was in too low of a shape.
Okay. So yeah, guys, we have no idea right now where we're gonna end up. I know I've been talking to you guys for a while about possibly moving to Texas, possibly moving to Florida. My contract with the Air Force is up March 16th, so we've been looking. I've been looking for Air National Guard jobs in Texas and Florida, the transfer there. It's a big process. Vivian can get a job anywhere. There's a lot of stuff we have to take into consideration. Number one, the whole point of us moving out of here, the big thing is we want to be able to buy a house. We need to go somewhere where there's a decent, still somewhat of a decent housing market so we can buy our first home. Second, a place where Vivian will have a lot of opportunities with her career field, which is Starbucks. She's a store manager. And number three, obviously, I need to be able to have a job. I don't have my degree yet. There's no way I'm gonna do YouTube full time right now. So my best option would be to transfer into the Air National Guard. I'm sorry I made you cry.
Hey, you didn't make me cry.
Yeah, I did. I told her she couldn't have a cheeseburger today. Now she's crying.
She was sweating.
So,
put it in fifth.
Yep, all you do, clutch in, no gas, just clutch in, 5th gear, clutch out. When you go into 6, babe, your hand placement is not ideal for making sure that you're going into the right gear. So what that means is if you're going into 1st or 2nd over here, you want your palm, you want your hand to be on the right side of the knob, because the knob has a natural tendency to go into the middle of its placement, which is neutral.
I see what you're saying.
With 3rd directly above it and 4th directly below it. So when you're doing 1st and 2nd, you want your hand to be on this side because you're slightly pushing it towards yourself as you're going up and down in 1st and 2nd. With 3rd, literally you can have a neutral hand placement, have it balanced, that it's not pulling one way or the other. You just go forward and backwards. With 5th and 6th, you want your hand, like if you notice when I shift in 5th and 6th, my hand's like this, right? So that I am slightly pushing to the right side of the car, sort of like you're dragging it against the wall, but obviously not aggressively dragging it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that will make you just that much more confident that you will be in fact going in the 6th and not money shifting into 4th from 5th.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Let's try it again. Just go into 5th. You don't have to do gas. It does it for you. So now go down to 6th. Yep, that was good hand placement. So let's try 5th again. Just take your foot completely off the gas. Clutch out.
Okay.
You see how that works?
Yeah.
Like you can see the tachometer go up and it knows exactly where to go. That's good. Are you having fun a little bit?
That was the fun part. Cruising on the freeway.
Oh, come on. Are my instructions really that stressful?
They're not stressful. I just don't want to disappoint you.
You're not going to disappoint me. There you go. Giving her some juice, babe. Okay, so 2nd, clutch in, 2nd, clutch out. No gas needed. I saw you blip the throttle.
Really nice.
Yeah. Okay, that was a better shift, 3rd to the 4th. We're not gonna nail your upshifts today. I guess I will say when you're upshifting, when you go to put your clutch back in, you want to practice on smoothly engaging the clutch and giving it a tiny amount of throttle at the same time. You just always want to make sure you want to listen to the car, and that's a good thing about having an aftermarket exhaust, is that you can really listen to your car and it'll tell you when it's happy and when it's not happy. In between when we were on the highway and I started filming again, I was talking to Vivian about why you don't give it a lot of boost in 6th gear. 6th gear is basically just a cruising gear. One time I did do a big full throttle pull, and I'll let you guys tell me in the comments if you remember which video that was. And there was another car beside me doing the same thing, which was really weird. I did floor it all the way into 6th, but that, I mean, obviously that was at the top of the RPM range, so it's not really hurting anything. You got this, babe? That was a good start. You're getting better. Okay, that third to fourth was really good. I was watching your left foot. You were letting back in the clutch too slowly. And that's why, so when you're letting in the clutch too slowly, a little too much gas at the same time, and that's why when you're shifting, you go like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How it's like, that's because you're releasing the clutch too slowly. So try releasing the clutch a little bit quicker. You're basically ready to race.
Okay.
You think you're gonna want to give it a full throttle pull on our way back? Nope.
It's gonna take me more than 25 minutes to
I know, I just
feel comfortable.
I asked for the video.
If I do that, and then I break something, then I'll never live that down, ever.
Okay. Well, we'll There's Vivian's store. That's where we're going.
I heard it.
Am I teaching you things you did not know before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Good job, baby. Good job, baby. Well, it has a very low front end,
I know.
so you should park like further away. All right, we're back.
Second.
You can do second. There you go. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
When you're upshifting, like literally try giving it as little gas as you possibly can.
Okay.
When you're shifting gears, normally and you're not trying to accelerate quickly, you really just need to give it a tiny bit of throttle when you put the clutch in so it makes it smooth. And you just have to get that timing so that like gas clutch, it'll end up being like this. Right now you're like this.
I know. I need to find the sweet spot.
I mean, as you get more comfortable, that wasn't bad. Oh my god, this car is really obnoxiously loud.
It is.
Like, I might take that downpipe off. Or get like a custom resonator. If any of you are watching right now and you have a Type R, and you've gotten a custom resonator to help with drone while the car is also using an aftermarket downpipe, let me know. Because it was anticipating that you're going to go into another gear. This is one of those cars that if you want to take care of it, if you want to drive it properly and smoothly, you can't just get in and go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I had so much anxiety when my mom drove this, even though she did a really good job. It's just not one of those cars. You know what one of those cars would be? A 2000 to 2003 Pontiac Bonneville SSEI. You can just get in and go. So you can push her down to second, babe. Do you want to feel how aggressive sport mode is?
Once we get on the freeway, sure.
How about right now?
Okay.
Just be careful because the throttle is extremely touchy.
That's sweet. Oh, that's fun.
That was a really good shift into 6. I didn't even feel that. Whatever you did just then, do that again.
Oh, I got adrenaline.
Like when you have those good shifts, pay attention to what you just did, you know, so you can do it again. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying, babe?
It's gonna sound really dumb, but I think it was just confidence.
You think it was confidence?
Yeah.
Just then?
Yeah.
I've been telling you to be confident this whole time. When you're in sport mode,
Yep.
watch your boost gauge because it's extremely touchy, and obviously you don't want to be giving it a lot of boost in 5th or 6th gear. And even like 3rd and 4th, if you are gonna like, it's go time, you want to be right around 3,500 to 4,000 RPM. If you give the car too much boost at low RPM, I'll explain this to you and everyone else right now. The best analogy I could use to describe why it's not good to give your car a lot of boost at low RPM is You know, like those 21 speed Huffy bikes? Did you have one of those as a kid? Those bicycles where you change the gears?
Oh yeah.
Let's say you're on that bike and you are hauling ass. You're on a back road, it's flat, and you're in like 21st gear. You're going like 40 miles an hour on this bicycle.
Okay.
You're going quickly, but since you're in 21st gear, it's such a low gear that you're barely even turning your legs. Whereas first gear, you go 10 feet and you've done like 20 cycles.
Yeah.
That means that your muscles in your legs in first gear, they have a much easier job of turning the wheel. But when you're in 21st gear, going at 40 miles an hour on this back road, and then the road, it starts to go uphill, you're not gonna be able to do that. Like it's gonna be tough on your legs to try and stay in 21st gear, right?
Yeah.
Think of your legs as the engine of the car. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So to put less strain on your muscles, if you're going up that hill on the bike, you want to go down to like maybe 12th or 14th gear. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Same concept with this car.
That's a good analogy.
Yep. So you like it? Do you like the way it feels in sport mode?
Sport is way funner than comfort.
Do you notice how it's a little more touchy when you shift?
Yeah.
When you're upshifting?
Definitely more aggressive.
This will be good, actually, you driving in sport mode, because this will heighten your senses even more, so that when you are driving it in comfort, you will be more careful with the throttle and the clutch. It'll just teach you some perspective with this car.
Yeah.
At least that's what I've taken away from it. Do you anticipate that you're gonna like the BRZ?
Yeah.
You do?
Yep.
Why is that?
I like to go fast.
Well, you haven't really gone fast yet.
Well, no, but once I get comfortable, oh, you see how I drive in my Jeep and you get scared. Oh,
This is true.
this car is so freaking loud.
It is loud. It's too loud.
I don't like that people can hear when I speed up.
I will try to find an aftermarket resonator that I can put in here. Or maybe even adding another resonator, like adding a separate one. Maybe that'll help. I'm not entirely sure. I know AWE came out with an updated resonator to be used with an aftermarket downpipe for these cars.
How do I turn on lane assist?
Press main, and the two green lights come up there.
Yeah.
ACC is active cruise control, and LKAS is lane keep assist. And then turn lane keep assist on, you go like this,
Okay.
and let your hand off the steering wheel. Do it. Or when you turn your blinker on, you see how those lines, they're not filled in right now?
Yeah.
That's because it's not gonna fight you when you're trying to change lanes. Fifth, that was good.
I did it. I really like the sound of the cold air intake.
Yeah. You can't really hear it that well with the exhaust now, but I'm gonna switch the modes on you,
No.
and you're gonna notice like how big of a difference it makes.
Oh, what a bummer. I already felt it.
Babe, you gotta speak up.
Said, what a bummer. I already felt it.
They're missing good stuff because you're not talking loud enough. You notice how it makes the steering a little heavier too?
Yep. I like it.
So this was fun.
So you mentioned a cheeseburger. Was that like for today or for like tomorrow? Because, you know, we haven't had dinner.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know.
Give it a little less throttle when you're shifting. Barely. There you go. That was good. You just gotta work on speeding that up. I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys very much for watching. See you next time.